Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. So this is going to be something very different. I recently did a video on head proportions and I get a lot of questions from you guys, especially those that are animating related to poses. Now I'm going to walk through a couple of poses that you can use for characters, whether it's for 2D animation, 3D animation, whether it's for drawing, or if it's just to give a pose to your stationary character that you modeled in 3D or sculpted. Yeah. Now keep in mind, I do not have a huge amount of drawing skills. I've been a 3D guy for a long time, so it's going to be very sketchy, not sketchy, but sketched. Yeah. And hopefully I will be able to get the message across, right? So let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, so let me just create a layer here, and we'll take a red brush and let's get started. So if we represent a human body by, let's say, a head, and then we got the upper body, and then we got the pelvis, and then we got the neck, and we got this section right here. And then we have some legs going on, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and you got a foot and a foot. Shoulder, arms coming down, hands, arms coming down, hands. Okay, that would pretty much be the normal stance, if you will. So what I'll do to mark that is to kind of create a straight line down. That would be the pose line, yeah? Now, what happens when we have this character carry something very light, let's say a phone, a book, something like that? Not really a lot. I mean, in this case, if this character is carrying a book, no big deal, right? But what happens when the same character needs to carry something that's quite heavy? I don't know, the bag of groceries, yeah? What you'll see is that the pelvis tilts like that, and then the upper body compensates to kind of support that change, yeah? And then the head compensates once again, so that will be head, upper body, pelvic, yeah? And then this leg would come in a little bit, and that's with the knee forward, in case you're wondering, and that one would be somewhat smaller, and you would have a foot here, and you would have a foot there, yeah? And then the shoulder line goes like this. This arm would pretty much go straight down, hand would be about here, big bag of groceries, right? And then this arm would kind of be going outwards to compensate that weight. So what we're seeing here, and again, I apologize for the horrendous sketch, yeah? What we're seeing here is this. This line right here will change from originally this line, yeah? And this line that was originally horizontal will go this direction. So from a curve point of view, this is what's going on. Where initially it was a straight line, yeah? That's the idea here. And it's all to counterbalance this weight. Like I said, horrible drawing, but nevertheless, I hope you understand what I'm talking about, yeah? Okay, let's move on to the next one. So, let's see. We talked about small weight, heavy weight. How about having a heavy weight, let's say a bag of cement on the shoulder or something like that, right? Okay, so first of all, what you'll see, and I'll put this in red again, what you'll see is that the shoulder will push upwards. So if you got the head right here, yeah, and this is the neck, the weight would be here, let's say bag of cement, yeah? If the weight's there, again, the body has to compensate. So because the shoulder is up here to push that weight up, you would see something like this, and then the pelvis would compensate in the other way. Legs go down, fairly straight here, yeah? The arms, this one would kind of compensate by push outwards a little bit, yeah? This one obviously would go up here. Oops, hang on. to hold on to that, right? And then there you go. Now, what's the message here? The message is this: because of this weight right here, this angle will go up, this angle will compensate. And the flow line that you see here is basically this, that S shape. All right, cool. So let's see what else. What about carrying a heavy weighted object in front of you? Let's create a new layer. Let's hide that one. Okay, so we're going to start with the upper body. So the upper body, and again, red, the upper body would kind of be tilted backwards like that, right? So here's our neck. And then let's see, we'll have a piece of the spine there, and then the pelvis would go down like this. You'd have a leg go down here and there, and you got one going here, foot, and this foot would be on the floor, something like that, yeah? Okay, so we got a big object here, big box, something. So the arms would basically be extended and hold on to it, and then from there, yeah? And then the head is somewhat tilted backwards. Oh man, bad drawing. Anyway, so what do we see here? Line perspective. This line is going down. The pelvis is tilted forward. The body is tilted backward, the upper body. And the head slightly compensates. It's still pushed back, but slightly. So what's the flow line here? The flow line is something like this. Very important, right? And it's all about weight distribution and compensation of weight. I mean, this heavy object, whatever it may be, right, has a gravitational force going down, and because it's held here and here, you got a counterweight going here. Now, to compensate these two, the body has to lean backwards and do that at an angle, okay? Okay, what else? Let's get rid of that. Let's create a new layer. And I don't know, let's say somebody is dragging something on the floor. I don't know. Let's say you came up with some character dragging along, I don't know, carpet or a bag of sand or whatever. Now, pelvis would be, pelvis would be fairly straight, I would say, maybe something like so. But the upper body would be slanted forward a lot. Something like this. So this is the back, yeah. Then we got the neck going up like this. The head is fairly straightforward, looking that way, yeah. And then the legs, you got one going here, with a foot going on there, and you got one going on here with a foot going on there, yeah? Okay, so the arms would go down, and here you would have whatever object that may be, yeah? So what's the message here? Let's take a different color. Your flow line is this, okay? So this is fairly straight. This is tilted way forward, and this is compensating somewhat because he doesn't want to look straight down. He wants to look forward where he's going, yeah? Okay, so let's do two more. Let's do walking and running, okay? We'll create a new layer. Okay, so what's the difference between the two? And I'll try to do these side by side, okay? So let's start with a red brush, yeah? And we'll start with the pelvis first. Now, the pelvis would be something like this, and the pelvis would be something like this. Not really different, okay? Now, we'll do walking on the right, okay? So this guy is walking. And this guy is running. Let's see if I can make this all fit, yeah? So the guy that's walking, leg, leg, foot, yeah? Leg, leg, foot. And he would have an arm coming out here and kind of push that down with his hand. And then he would have one going here with his hand. and his head. Yeah, okay. So neck, spine, there you go. Now, let's take a blue brush here. What's the flow line? The flow line is kind of like this, yeah? And what you see is this is fairly level. This is somewhat tilted forward, like that. And that, again, is fairly level to compensate, once again. Now, when you're running, you have a very different flow line. You'll have something like this. Okay, so let's take a red brush. The head would definitely be upward because the character wants to be able to look forward like that, right? The leg will be way extended forward like this, with a foot here. And then this one will be way back here and up like this. Yeah. And then the arms would be higher up and down, hand, and way down and up and hand. So, different situation. Actually, this blue line should be a bit more like this. Yeah. So what we got going on here, we got this angle going up, this angle like so, and this is fairly compensated again. Okay. So very different in stance. So I guess the message here is that you need to consider what we're looking at from a weight perspective and how the body compensate that. With the running guy, the forward momentum has a center point of gravity in front of the body, or almost in front of the body, right? If the legs were here, both of them, he would fall over. But he has forward speed, okay? So let me take a different color here. So speed is going forward, yeah? Gravity is pushing him down. So he'll end up somewhere in the middle, yeah? Here, speed is much less. Gravitational force is still the same, and because he's walking up straight, his center point of gravity is probably here within the body, where this guy, he has moved it forward, and he needs to keep on moving, because if he stands still, he'll just fall, yeah? Yeah, I hope it's kind of something that you guys can work with. I hope it makes sense. Again, I apologize for the horrible drawings, but it's about the theory and whether it will help you to move forward in your work. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.